Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the Honorable Prime Minister, the Honorable Cabinet Ministers, the Honorable Members of this House, the Honorable Leader of Opposition, and to all Fijians who are listening on radio, watching live on television and on social media, and those who are present in the gallery. Bulare, good morning and namaste to you all. I congratulate the Speaker on her appointment and look forward to serving under her direction. Madam, your appointment as the First Lady Speaker of the Fijian Parliament is a great inspiration and motivation for all other women of Fiji. The government is also to be thanked for recognizing your talent and also for fulfilling its promise of honoring men and women who have sacrificed their lives in the service of the nation. Madam Speaker, I am honored to be sitting in the Fijian Parliament to represent the people of this country who have voted Fiji First. I congratulate our Honorable Prime Minister and the leader of Fiji First for his dynamic leadership that led to a convincing victory. I will take this opportunity to sincerely thank all those who had faith in me and voted for me and Fiji First, especially the people of my hometown, the friendly north of Fiji, and the Babasinga Alliance of Fiji, Lambasa, and the place I currently reside, that is Double Level Housing, Nakasi. I hope my contribution over the next 4 years will prove that their faith in me has been well rewarded. I would also like to acknowledge my parents, Mr. Kamta Prasad, and my lovely mother, Mrs. Rambhavati Prasad of Salu Salu Street, Namara, Lambasa, my wife, Shruti Sharma, my daughter, Sukrita Sharma, my son, Ribhav Sharma, my brother, Mohit Sharma, his wife, Sujita Sharma, daughter, Anjali Sharma of Sydney, Australia, my sister, Monica Mudaliar, brother-in-law, Mr. Sam Mudaliar, their sons, Ritansh Sharma, Satyansh Sharma, my friends, Mr. and Mrs. Jagram from Sakoda, Mr. and Mrs. Manoj of Sakoda, the late Bob Hira and family, Mr. and Mrs. Stephen from Nepani, Mr. and Mrs. Satish Baran of Double Level Housing, Mr. and Mrs. Kemraj of Langyo Road, Waila 3B, the Dutt families, Sagar families, the Prasad families. My relatives from Nasia Lambasa, Vunika, Nangingi, Nalamba, Wavuavu, Olana, Vunivutu, Vunivasa, Tangnikula, Wainikoro, Daku, Wailevu, Tambia, Senganga, Dreketi, Bua, Nambawalu, Sabu, Loa, Budabay, Tukavesi, Gila Tavuni, and Matei for their tremendous support during my campaign. I also would like to thank, Madam Speaker, all the people of Tailevu, Rakiraki, Tavua, Ba, Lautoka, Nandi, Singatoka, Navua, and between Suvarnasuri corridor, especially from Wainumbuku, Nakasi, Farm Road, Waindamundamu, Korinivia, Dilkusha, Dulomaloma Road, Savani, Baulevu, and not forgetting all the people of the Baulevu Housing, Nakasi, and Waila 3B. Madam Speaker, I would also like to sincerely thank all the radio fans who voted for me from around the country. In radio, I was commonly known as Double RS. Also, I would like to thank my campaign managers from around the country. They worked tirelessly to a well-planned election campaign. Their experience together with a network of volunteers around Fiji helped me a lot. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the volunteers who sacrificed their time to make sure I won. Without you, I would not be here. Also, Madam Speaker, I would like to thank all those who supported me. I will do my best to make you all proud of me. There are many people who worked late nights to make sure that I did well, and I would like to simply say thank you, and not forgetting all my friends who were there with me all the time. Madam Speaker, I will now give a short introduction of my upbringing and the route to this august house. My father, Mr. Kamta Prasad, who was a laborer in the Garden Island of Fiji, Gila, Tavuni. With no proper education and financial background, he worked with his uncle where he gained knowledge about carpentering. Left the Garden Island to work in Lambasa, where he met my lovely mother, Mrs. Rambhavati Prasad of Tangnikula, Lambasa. Currently, my parents live at Salu Salu Street, Namara, Lambasa. I have one brother and a sister. Although my parents had little education, they ensured that all their children received education at the time. They worked night and day to make sure all our ends were met. My primary education began at Bethel Primary School. followed with secondary school, year 9 to 10 at Lambasa Sangam College, year 11 to 13 at Bulileka Sanatan College. I would like to remind honorable members that Bulileka Sanatan College has also produced leaders. The ability to produce leaders is not exclusively to a few select schools. My parents kept a close watch on my education and my religious upbringing. I would like to give my special thanks to Pandit Bhuvandat Arya Ratna and Pandit Gurudat Arya Ratna of the Arya Pratindhi Sabha of Fiji, who taught me a lot about religious beliefs and to respect other religions. After completing my education, I joined Fiji College of Advanced Education, now Fiji National University, where I obtained my teacher education to become a qualified secondary school teacher. Madam Speaker, besides being a head of department, I also rendered my service to the media industry for 19 years as a radio producer presenter with FBC's Radio Fiji 2, Radio Mirchi for 13 years, and then joined Communication Fiji Limited, radio station Radio Sargam for 7 years. At this juncture, I would like to thank all my fellow radio presenters of the above radio stations. Madam Speaker, I am also a registered marriage officer and a justice of peace. I took part in community welfare, projects and sports, being a successful coach, and brought glory to my last school, Baulevu High School, which created history in the sporting field and for all Baulevuans. With only 260 students, Baulevu High School won the Fiji Secondary School Under-19 Soccer IDC in the year 2017, defeating all the big guns of Fiji. Madam Speaker, I did not have to wait too long. Our Prime Minister, along with our hard-working Attorney General, have given us everything the country needed and more. Improvements to the infrastructure, free education, much improved welfare assistance, equal distribution of lease money to all members of the landowning units are just a few of the many achievements of Fiji First. The Honorable Prime Minister and the Honorable and Learned Attorney General have repeatedly assured us that there are measures in place to give this nation the Australia and New Zealand outlook. Madam Speaker, just a few weeks ago, I had a very close friend of mine visiting Fiji. He was forced to leave Fiji during the 1987 coup. He was shocked to see the rapid development of our country. He now wants to return to the country he once called home. Madam Speaker, we have to ask ourselves why. Why do so many like my friend want to return to Fiji, bringing their skills and knowledge from abroad? The answer, Madam Speaker, is simple. Fiji First has progressed and developed our nation more than any other government. Certainly, more than anyone across the floor could have dreamt of. Madam Speaker, their children are benefiting from the very policies they are criticizing now. It may not happen overnight, but with proper forward planning and perseverance, we can do even more. We have a leader who has been tested, and the Attorney General, a very practical unit and a strong lineup of representatives. Madam Speaker, we have to put our heads together and give our full cooperation to all the ministers and assistant ministers. The government has done a lot of improvements in Lambasa and between Suvarnasori corridor and throughout the country. The most noticeable one is the extension of Lambasa Market, where women and men who used to bring vegetables and root crops from the interior had to spend nights sleeping on the footpath of Lambasa town. During raining weather, they would wrap themselves with plastic to protect themselves from getting wet. The days of sleeping on the footpath are gone. It is these type of improvements that Fiji First has brought into people's lives that make us proud Fijians. Madam Speaker, the people of Lambasa are resilient. The reason I say this is because despite going through many cyclones, floodings, drought, we continue to be part of our country's major revenue generator. Lambasa plays a major role in the sugar industry and controls rice and also timber industry. The business community has so many times lost all their stock during the floods, and families lost everything during cyclones, but still we continue to help build the nation. Madam Speaker, we as political leaders are here to offer our fellow Fijians the hope of a better life for them and their future generation. We will all have to work together in achieving the dream. We have to be selfless and look at the wider interest of all Fijians. A lot has been done and we have more plans for the future. Further, with careful planning, where every aspect of our country's unique culture is maintained, we should also embrace the future. Madam Speaker, through Fiji Fest leadership, we have secured our children's future and set up a direction that will ensure a brighter future for everyone. Madam Speaker, the greatest opportunity any parent in any society can give the next generation is education. With our government's free education policy, there is no discrimination amongst the rich and the poor. It is the responsibility of every parent to make sure their children gets educated. Spending time with your children and checking their homework and schoolwork is the job of every parent. Spending quality time and teaching them values will see progress in our children and our nation. Having a cultured society and the role of the family. Madam Speaker, teaching of values, culture, tradition, language and good habits starts in the family home. The grandparents, parents and others in the family play a key role. A family is a group of people living together, generally the parents and the children. Each member of the family has to play his or her role. The parents support their children. They have to love, care and guide. In return, the children should respect and obey their parents and learn from them good habits, culture, religious values and tolerance and remain committed to their responsibilities. We have noted a lack of love, tolerance and understanding which is resulting in violence. Children are often abused, which results in mental and physical violence. Young children are turning to alcohol, drug and violence. In order to maintain a good family, strong kinship ties have to be maintained. Madam Speaker, a good family stands firm when it is cultured by good moral and human values. I appeal to all parents to carry out their roles faithfully and devote more time with their children to enhance family values. This way you will not only be helping your child, but also helping for all to build a highly cultured society that has care and respect. I would like to end with this quote from the great scholar and social reformer, Maharishi Swami Dayananda Saraswati, and I quote, "The prime object of human is to do good to the world, that is, to promote physical, spiritual, and social good of everyone. Our conduct towards all should be guided by love, righteousness, and justice. No one should be content with promoting his or her good only. To the contrary, one should look for his or her good in promoting the good of all. We should dispel ignorance and promote knowledge. One should regard oneself under restriction to follow the rules of society calculated to promote the well-being of all, while in following the rules of individual welfare, all should be free." Madam Speaker, finally knowing well that Almighty God is watching us all at all times, my prayer is that may people of learning and wisdom take birth in our country. May there be brave men and women to protect the nation. May there be plenty of food, water and other resources for everyone. And may this nation of ours thrive and flourish, be productive, and may all live here, progress and prosper. I am confident that if we all strive with the best of intention, we can make this happen. Madam Speaker, God bless Fiji. Vinaka Bakalevu. Dhanawad. Namaste.